As we enter the 30th day of the Iranian uprising, we bring you guys some extremely worrying updates from inside the capital. Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of the day. We're going to come to you guys every half an hour with a number of updates from inside and outside the United Kingdom. First, let's talk about Iran. The BBC and Sky have finally been pushed to talk about some of the developments and the updates from the Iranian uprising against the dictatorial regime, the CIA-backed regime that came into power in 1979. Last night in Tehran, the capital, where there's a massive prison called the Evin prison that holds thousands of political prisoners in that place. There was a bit of started as a fire, then fire turned into gunshots, and you had explosions and everything else. We've got some of the clips. Hopefully, YouTube will not completely censor this video. Let's go to the first clip, then we're going to explain exactly what happened.
سوزی، صدای تیر، پر از یگان ویژه و نیرو بسیجی و اینا.
Yes, what you saw was Evin prison, and that resulted in the Iranian regime themselves and the media in Iran confirmed. But again, any number that comes out of Iran, you need to probably multiply that by 100. They said that at least 70 political prisoners had escaped and were rescued by Iranian pro-freedom Iranians. Now, the problem here is that firstly, before explaining the theories behind what exactly happened, look at this clip. You can see some objects in the air being dropped at the prison. So, for those who are not familiar, obviously this regime were essentially backed by the CIA in 1979. These are the evidence that we have from America, as we had, of course, even the New York Times on the 16th of February 1979 did a propaganda piece saying, wow, we should probably trust the Ayatollah because, you know, why not? He's a nice man. The issue here is around that time, the nutters who are now currently running the Iranian regime went to a Cinema Rex in Iran, and they set the whole thing on fire. And there was a bit of a problem. A lot of people lost their lives, and they did that to blame normal people and the Shah of Iran. That got exposed. They got caught out because that was so obvious that they did that. And that's why there's an indication that what happened last night in Evin prison was also a plot by the Iranian regime to do that, to blame the anti-regime protesters and the revolutionaries. So this is not the first time it's happened. We have another piece of evidence that indicates that it could have been the regime behind it, because it's good to have evidence rather than just have theories randomly. The BBC Persian actually confirmed there was a phone call. The former president of Iran, Rafsanjani, his son is in the same prison over financial corruption. And but he actually gets Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays off. He could go home and visit his family. This week, he received a call, and his brother confirmed it to BBC Persian, that they told him, "Oh yeah, when you take your half a week off on Wednesday, don't bother coming back next week. Come later on the following week." So it seems like they were already warned not to be around the area, and somehow the prison guards and wardens all disappeared. So a lot of people have lost their lives last night. Obviously, as some of you guys know, my father is currently stuck in Iran, and he was in a bit of trouble last night. Luckily, I double-checked. We couldn't really get in touch last night, but this morning I double-checked. he is safe and alive for now. So that's actually good to hear. But the Iranians, the libertarians in Iran, keep fighting against not just the Islamic regime, but of course the globalist agenda that brought in this regime in power to power in 1979. So we're going to come back to you guys in half an hour. We're going to have a lot of more updates from what's going on in our own country with our own political system. So subscribe to the channel. I'm Maya Tousi, and we are the media.